Well, it's a heinous crime that has gone unsolved for nearly a decade now. A man shot to death, his body found dumped on the side of the road near Greenwood Drive in Corpus Christi.
The victim's name was Alejandro Alex Barrera. To this day, there have been no leads, no arrests. Our Bill Churchwell revisits the case in tonight's Unsolved Files report.
It was a Monday morning in May of 2009, just before 9 a.m., when a local business owner made a grisly discovery.
I just pulled up to the gate. When I saw him, I thought, oh man, this guy looks like he's dead, and he was.
The man's body found on the side of the road, face down, here at Greenwood, just past Saratoga. He had been shot multiple times. The victim, identified as 38-year-old Alejandro Alex Barrera. It has been just over 9 years now since Barrera's murder, and his case remains unsolved.
And so just passing the 9th anniversary of that homicide, investigators are wanting to bring any closure that we can get to that case, to the family, to the friends of Alex Barrera.
Gina Pena, a public information officer with CCPD, says detectives continue to search for answers as to what happened to Barrera and are looking for any new leads.
It appeared that he had been dumped there. He was found to have several gunshot wounds to his body, and it appears that the crime did not occur at that location.
Police, working to come up with a clear picture, believe the answers could be linked to a shooting call at the 2300 block of Prescott the night before Barrera was found dead.
A bloody scene with bullet holes in the home's wall. But the wounded did not end there.
According to a previous news report of the crime, a shooting victim was found at that home, 2 others showing up at the hospital, reportedly telling conflicting stories to police about what happened. The next morning, and 5 miles away from that crime, police getting a call out to the 7100 block of Greenwood, where Barrera was discovered.
Officers, investigators have not forgotten about Alex, and we will still work this case until we have solved it.
Looking to bring closure to Barrera's family and to make sure justice is finally served. Bill Churchwell, 3 News.
If you have any information that can help solve the murder of Alex Barrera, you call police 886-20-840. And if you have an unsolved file that you'd like us to look into, feel free to let us know.